What if you could popularize hyperrealism, even amongst the most compromised, brainwashed subjects within the upper echelon? What if you could make them catch truth fever? Could you compromise their already compromised morality and turn it into something that was more human, more compassionate, more humble, more understanding of their own error?
I think so. I think that's why you're seeing this kind of surge of whistleblowers.
Definitely.
Especially like the guy who invented the mRNA coming out. These various people. They're realizing there's much more at stake than this material body, their soul. So I think that's why you're seeing the surge. You did ask me about the occult. What I think is going on is I think this breakaway civilization is actually taking orders from this trans-dimensional dimension, and they are basically intertwining that dimension with ours. The evidence of it is the occult symbology, numerology, synchronicity that everyone picks up. 33 and all the various symbology and things that come with it. I think that's the evidence of their interaction, and I think the interaction is using people, using powerful people, like you said, converting them. They're obviously doing sacrifices at astronomical level. I think that the missing children, the phenomena with all this child trafficking, the orphanages in the 19th century, they're definitely harvesting children for that. And I think at the end of the day, the real power is the human soul. And if they can acquire that, I think it works in different multi-dimensional space that they use for, as a copper top. I also believe that the human is a creator, so we actually infect time, space, reality in a quantum form and actually create stuff. So I think they use us in that way. So that's my take on it.
Definitely. Well, it's polyvalent in nature. They have to harvest from so many different vantage points for so many different reasons, and it was like what we were Dave and I were talking about right before we went full throttle live, is they've got to basically come up with reasons to maintain their propaganda stranglehold and their rhetorical manipulation over reality all the time. And in many ways, that's their biggest weakness, is they don't have the simplicity of Veritas on their side.
Yeah.
And so they have to constantly maintain this garbledy-gook, absurdist, Lovecraftian BS occult theater that is, in a way absolving them of their own crimes and scapegoating us as the sacrificial moronic goats, as it were, and that we are just the golem of our own undoing. And that's their kind of karmic, Ahrimanic battle with the human spirit, is they've surrendered their own souls in an effort to destroy everyone else's.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the, atheism, transhumanism, keeping us in a constant state of fear, emergency. It's very similar to the dynamic of a person in addiction. You see someone riddled with addiction, and how the mind can create this state of denial is absolutely fascinating. I mean, to the point where they're in danger of mortality. The mind will be able to deflect that survival mechanism and create blame in the environment. That's what denial really does, is that instead of acknowledging their own responsibility, they've learned to put the responsibility on people, places, and things. So it's very similar.
Yes. And that is a pneumatological war. It goes back to what you were saying, and also what Ike was saying, is that this is beyond just human psychology. This is a pneumatological battle. And if you look back at their revelation of the method while simultaneously trying to maintain this Decepticon universe, you see shows like Westworld. They're putting simulacrum artificial reality imposed upon human consciousness through a mechanical controlled plantation like virtual environment right in our faces, and that's exactly where the destination they want to bring us is.